All right, back again to this, guys. Welcome back to our show.
Week 6.
Yes, week 6 is going thick and fast, right? And with a lot of mixed reactions and feelings and emotions. Don't look at me like that anymore, but you know what I'm talking about.
Blue today, Chidi.
What?
Are you not wearing blue today? Oh, you changed your club to Olympiacos now? Not Chelsea anymore?
I'm a diehard Chelsea fan. I can't switch this team for any other team, even though Olympiacos is my employer. But anyway.
Oh, no. What if Chelsea get relegated? Just joking. Anyway, let's start.
Anyway. All right, guys. It's I don't even know where to start because I'm tired of saying and talking about the same thing over and over. But the team that is really, doing things the way they will always do things since they started doing things. It's a lot of rhyming, right? Mm-hmm. Manchester City. Who can stop Manchester City? There is no single team at this point that is a title challenger. I don't see anyone. What do you
So far, week 6, the only team I can think that has already stopped them is, I will say, Liverpool. If they execute...
Have they played? They've not played.
No, what do you mean they've played? They did play their game.
Again,
West Ham.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Liverpool, Man City have played against each other.
No, I'm saying the only team who has beat them and stopped them winning a title is Liverpool.
Yes.
Since they started winning.
Yes.
And I think so far that's the only team that can stop them. If they execute their plan this season, well, which it seems like they are on the path, but any other team, we talked about this before we started, like the way City plays, even when they don't have the best players they have, even when they substitute 4 players, nobody can come and stop them.
It's funny. So, as you were saying, this just came to my mind. The new signing they have on the left, is it Jeremy Doku? Just to look him up here a little bit. Jeremy Doku, he is 21 years old. The way he is playing does not show that he just came to the Premier League.
And where did he come from?
Let's find out. I think he came from Belgium, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the way he played.
The way he plays right now. No, he came from Rennes in France.
Yeah, but again, the way he played. Last game he scored.
Yes,
and
that's what I'm saying.
He scored a crucial goal because it was brought them back.
So let's compare him to other young players of his, Let's go back to my club, Chelsea. A lot of young players, right? And during Pochettino's last press conference before the weekend game, he was talking about Nicholas Jackson, who, he said, don't forget he's a young player. He's 22. And that it might, maybe time for him to adapt and all of that. They are growing, they are learning with experience and all of that. And then I look at Jeremy Doku, 21 years old, playing as if he has played 2 seasons in the Premier League already.
Yes. No pressure.
The confidence, nothing. The way he takes on players, the way he just carries himself on the pitch is as if he's been, maybe he was even, he did his development as a player in England and has been playing since he was 17 or 18 in the Premier League.
I think the answer is there. It's the scouting.
Again,
Do
okay,
you agree?
I agree, but I think also I don't believe it's just the scouting. I think it's the mentality of the player. I think it's also the mentality of the club, which Chelsea has lost identity. Chelsea has lost the identity. Chelsea have lost the mentality of what made Chelsea a strong team in the Premier League and in Europe. Because back in the days,
You were saying back in the days, I think even 2 years ago, Chelsea was a different team.
yes, okay, yeah.
3 years
yeah,
ago
but-
was
yeah,
Chelsea.
that's fair to say. That's fair
Yeah,
to say.
but it's just a
that's
recent
right.
thing.
That's correct.
It's a
that's
recent
correct.
thing, yeah.
It's a recent thing.
Under
I mean,
Abramovich,
under Abramovich,
It
yes.
was good
Under
team.
Abramovich,
It was good
it
team.
was a because you know that under Abramovich,
Chelsea was playing Champions League, okay?
Yes.
For the last many years.
yes,
It's just,
on,
it's not even 2 years. It's like
it's
last year.
just last season.
Yes, last season.
Last season
When
we were
they got
knocked out by
bought out.
Madrid, right?
Yes.
So we have gone from being a title contending, challenging team both in Europe and in England, and also challenging domestic trophies, FA Cups and the League Cup, to become a lower mid-table team, just in 1.5 season or 1 season, because this season has not completed. But throughout last season and this season, we've gone from 12th, where we finished last season, to 14th this season. And maybe the reason why Chelsea has not gone lower is because the teams below us are not doing well. Below 14th.
Yes, there are 4 teams that are really bad, even worse than Chelsea. But coming back to we started with City.
Yes, let's go back to City
and
before
then
we
mentioned
divert
that
to
the
this team.
players that they only bought 4 players, and they even Kovacic, the way he played one of the game that he assisted, he's not played for the last 2 games.
Yeah.
But when he did play, the way he assisted it, it doesn't look like that he never played for them. He did.
Exactly.
And
Look at the one they bought from Wolves. Matthias Nunes.
yes, Wolves.
Wolves.
And that team struggled. And he comes in and he scored today. I think he scored this
yes,
weekend. Yeah.
he scored the second goal.
Yeah. I mean, he's already scoring. So, I think a lot of happens not on the pitch. Like, again, coming back to the Pep mentality. He just he drills it down.
Yes, you
Like
must
he's
have
so
to play the way he wants it.
He's
The way
the
he
finish-
sees football,
Yeah.
that's the way you play or you are out. And
He's at
because
the
he has the
pinnacle.
authority to do that, he's a manager, he has the authority to do that.
Yeah.
He tells you how he wants you to move, how he wants you to play. If you don't do it, you're out of the door the next day.
See, he is the best manager of, I don't know, 10, 20 years. He has all those problems that other managers. He has a big squad to manage. He has to win a lot of trophies.
Trophies to keep his
he has to
status.
play both Champions League and the Premier League. And he has to deal with injuries. And he has to do scouting. Like, he's doing all these things.
Yeah, I mean, he has
perfectly.
people that scout, but I think
I
everything
mean,
has
yeah,
to come
still.
through him
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
for him to, okay, let's get this player. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I think we'll need this player. But I mean, he has a solid group around him doing that, you know, while he is also focusing on what he needs to focus on. But looking back again to the question, who can stop Man City? You mentioned Liverpool. I don't think Liverpool can. Liverpool I think they are picking up, but it's not that Liverpool, you know, that feisty,
They
fiery Liverpool we knew
Yeah.
with Firmino and Salah and Mane, with Henderson, Fabinho in the midfield, and who was the other guy? Gini Wijnaldum at some point, and you know,
Liverpool does not have that same. We talked about that.
Yes.
The City comes in and tries to score in under 10 minutes.
yes.
Liverpool still don't have that.
Yeah, right. Again, because City play football differently, way different from every other team. Players move without the ball, creating tons and tons of opportunities for players on the ball. This is what other teams do not do. Every other team, I have no clue how they will be able to catch up with Man City, because Man City is, I just read a title, they said they're just in gear 2.
They're not even
They're just
good.
in gear 2.
True, because they don't have Kevin.
They don't have Kevin.
They don't have who's on the wing who didn't play today. Who played?
Grealish is not even yet back.
Yeah.
So I don't see any team that can stop City in any way, in any form.
I think my fear might come true. You know, remember when we started this season, I said that my biggest fear is that City is gonna have no one can stop City, and every other team is gonna just like give hard time to other teams. That is gonna help City too.
Yeah.
So City is gonna just go like 20 points ahead, and the same way Liverpool did. And once they were like 20 points ahead.
Yeah, at some point, yeah.
So if that happens, then yeah, good luck.
Anyway, let's look at what happened this season, right? City, they just like put Nottingham Forest, in their place. I mean, Nottingham Forest didn't start strong, but things started going their way. Their strikers,
red card,
and all of that. But playing against City, first 10-15 minutes, City like bang, 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 bang. They will come for you. Second half, first 10-15 minutes, bang, 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 bang on you, because they are mentally sharp and ready to start their game. Even with a red card, Nottingham Forest does not have an answer. They came late to push late. They pushed late. All the saves, again, they have a world-class goalkeeper, world-class defenders, but they couldn't still break through. Reason? Because City is mentally ahead of every team in the Premier League. So I'm sure that Pep must have told them, one man down, we keep going. We're not stopping. We're not conceding. If we have chance to score, we score. And they were also able to create some chances, even on with 10 men.
Yeah.
Which is a sharp contrast to a team like Chelsea. Going 10 men down is like,
oh no, it's
nearly, it's done.
Yeah.
Let's just fight for a draw.
Yes. I'm thinking one thing. So City last season, nobody actually gave him hard time, even though Arsenal was supposedly
they lost some games last season, but they're not looking like a team that is going to lose any game.
What I'm trying to come to the point. Remember the team who Broha played for. What was that team? Was it Sheffield? No, it wasn't Sheffield. It was
Southampton.
Southampton.
Yes.
That's the only team.
Yes, that team cemented City.
Actually scared of.
Yes.
I don't know why they were scared of or what was going on. Like whenever
Ross was there too.
Yeah. So that was not last season. That was the season before last season.
Yeah.
When Southampton.
Southampton.
Yeah, and they're now relegated, right?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know. There's no other team so far who actually comes on the pitch and threatens them. There's no. I think when it comes to teams, we're talking about managers. It's actually if the strategy is going to work or not.
Yes.
It's not about the players.
Not just about the player. The players have a lot to do, but also the managers.
But it's more about the manager.
Yes, the manager. I think Pep is outsmarting every single manager. So if you look at back, there was then Pep had challengers in Jose, right, and Jose Mourinho, Jurgen Klopp, Antonio Conte, right. Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah.
5 world-class managers.
Yeah. Who did he play against when he was in Barcelona or in Bayern?
I mean, on Bayern,
at the peak when he was in Barcelona, who was Madrid?
I mean, I think Jose was also in Madrid at some point.
Yes.
Yeah, Jose was also in Madrid.
So it was him. Yeah.
So, but again, he had the privilege to compete against these other top managers who have also beaten him to the title at one point, like Antonio Conte beat him to the title, in Chelsea. But Look at all the managers right now. Do you think Arteta will ever beat Man City to the title? I don't think so. I don't think Ange Postecoglou from Spurs. I don't think De Zerbi will ever win the Premier League while this guy is still there. Jurgen Klopp is the only one that we might think, but Liverpool has to
Klopp?
show more. Yeah, Klopp
Yeah.
is the only one.
I mean, I thought about Newcastle, but we saw what happened with Newcastle.
No. I mean, Newcastle just like capitulated against Liverpool. Even with Liverpool 10 men down,
Yeah.
they capitulated. So their mentality is not yet there
No.
to be able to beat Man City. And for you to beat Man City, you have to dig deeper. You have to go very physical. You have to match them on every side of the game.
Again, it comes back to, again, we mentioned that new players coming in and playing, like, how are you gonna go compete with those teams? Like, they buy new players, and you thinking like, oh, this player is gonna take some time to get used to.
Yeah.
But no, they're coming in.
No, they're
hard.
coming in and they're hitting the road
So
right away.
It's really hard right now. Like, I cannot see any team right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at all the clubs up there right now, and I do not see any coach, Unai Emery, Aston Villa,
Man United, no. Because of the rivalry, you can think of like, oh, they might give them.
Yes,
no,
but
again,
I don't see.
No.
I don't see that. I don't see Eric Ten Hag, beating Pep
No,
in any way, in
no.
any form, except maybe in the hairstyle.
Yeah, it's debatable too, but no, I think they lost both games last season, right?
I think they lost the Manchester derby.
Yeah.
I think City lost the Manchester
Who
derby.
did actually City lost last season against? I think they lost 2 games.
Yeah, I think they lost 2 games. Wasn't it Southampton that beats them in one?
Southampton, both games. Yes, they beat the both games.
I think one of the other games
No,
where
that was
Southampton beat them was in the League Cup. In the League Cup quarterfinals. So let's say
Where's fixtures? Season summary, preseason, competitions, Premier League. They lost 5 games.
they lost 5 games last season, and they lost to.
So they lost at the start, and they lost their last game. Okay, so red ones are.
They lost to Liverpool.
Okay, so again,
Yeah.
Liverpool is the only team so far,
Brentford beat them.
and that was home.
Yes, they
Okay.
lost at home to Brentford. They lost to Manchester United,
Okay, and Tottenham.
and then lost to Spurs. Yeah,
And the last game I remember,
and then lost to Brentford. Did them home and away.
twice.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it was the last game, so it didn't matter. But again,
Yeah, I mean, but again, look at all the wins and wins. But again, for all these things to happen, these other teams have to be up and firing, right? They have to be on the top of their game. But again,
this season they're playing even better. They drew last season in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
2 draws.
yeah,
This
but they
season,
signed 18
all
out of
wins.
18.
So if
18 out of 18.
given how they're going right now, and if you look at the games, the first draw was okay. They did
Against Newcastle.
Newcastle. Okay, they had Newcastle. They won that game.
Yeah,
So Nottingham Forest, I remember that 6-0.
yeah.
This is your 2-0.
I mean, then again, just if you look at the way they play, you don't see any team that can stand them at the moment, because these other teams are not actually playing well. And again, I think at the beginning of the season is when teams should be up in their top of their game, because they're just coming out of preseason. Everything is fresh. They should be hitting the peak, and
Just
they
to
should
be
be
clear,
starting strong.
Pep has won it all. He should be least careful about it, but his mindset.
No way.
I'm just saying. When
I was
you have
telling-
done it all,
I was telling a Manchester United fan, I
He's
said
like 5 titles, League titles already.
Pep has 5, but Man City has 7 Premier League in all.
Yeah,
They've
yeah.
already passed Chelsea, which was what I didn't want
I
to
think they've
happen.
won 8 now.
No, it's 7.
7?
No, come on now.
Are you sure?
7.
Okay.
So, are you giving them 8?
I think it's 8.
No, it's 7.
Okay. You were saying Manchester United fan.
So Man United has 13 Premier League titles, and City has 7. Right? Having 7, I'm just like, how long more will it take for City to catch up with Man United?
Mm-hmm.
And all this issue of the best team, or will just die down. Because they already know Man United as Man United fans know Man City fans as noisy neighbors. That's what they call them. However, look at that. City's got 7.
Yeah.
City has 7.
And it's only in like 10 years.
Yes.
It's 11, 12, 13, 14.
7, 8.
Oh, they missed 12 and 13.
Yeah.
That was, I think, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. 12.
No, 12, 13 was Man United.
Oh, it was Man United. But that
Was
was the
Man
last
United.
one. They won.
That was that was the season Sir Alex Ferguson retired. And then
14, 15
14,
was Chelsea.
15, Chelsea took it.
16,
Chelsea took it
17.
16,
Chelsea won
17.
2 and twice.
Yes. Chelsea took it then.
And then 17.
Leicester
18.
took it 15, 16. No. Chelsea won 14, 15, and Leicester took it in 15,
middle.
16. And then Chelsea got it back in 16, 17. After that, Man City all the way.
18, 19, 20, 21.
And they are taking in their 8 this season. I don't see it. I mean, Liverpool is just 2 points behind them. If we look at the table, Liverpool is 2 points behind them. So this might be a season again of just Liverpool and Manchester City.
Looks like
People
it.
were talking about Arsenal.
No.
Let's look at Arsenal. Pull up Arsenal. Let's look at Arsenal. Arsenal is 5th on the table. So if you're 5th on the table, you're not getting anywhere close to Manchester City. At the beginning of the season, that it feels like a breath of fresh air with Pochettino coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that fresh air just evaporated. So the what happened with Pochettino coming in, which we believe was a breath of fresh air, right? That you mirror the same thing to Spurs. For Pochettino, it's as if it has evaporated, but for Spurs, it's as if it has continued. It has produced more and more and more. You look at the way they play. You look at the way they defend. Even although they considered a penalty today, right? But they just continue playing. That it's not as if they are. I'm trying to compare Chelsea and Tottenham with regards of the managerial change, the new managers that came in, some new players that Tottenham signed. Chelsea signed a whole complete new team. Because the only player that was there last season is Thiago Silva. Gallagher, I think so. But the rest was
Raheem
Gallagher
Sterling.
there.
Raheem Sterling was also.
Raheem Sterling, yeah. Raheem
Keeper is
Sterling.
changed too, yeah.
Keeper changed. A new right back, even though that the
Cucurella
captain
was still there, but
Cucurella is there, but he's on the bench. I am not understanding, the dynamics in Chelsea at this point. But if you look at Tottenham, their main man Harry Kane left. It's as if nothing changed. The only thing that
They
will
got
change,
better.
yeah, I think they did get better, because the only thing that will change will probably that they may not have that player that is scoring 20, 25 goals for them.
But Tottenham, not taking anything from them so far, but Tottenham is kind of a team that has always goes up and down. I mean, it's only 6 games so far. I mean, sometimes they go on a streak of losing and they lose like 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
This has been Tottenham
I mean,
for like
it's
many years
happened
now.
before, right? Because even under Antonio Conte, they were at some point they were at top of the league,
Yeah.
but they fell off from
They
it
fell
and they
off
never
and
came
they
back
never-
and
they
they
couldn't
finished
even
out of the
finish
top
fourth.
four. But again, maybe this guy might be different. One, he is. I don't want to use it. I don't think it's a language barrier for Antonio Conte or whatever.
No.
But I think maybe coming from Celtic, which is known for winning titles in Scotland, and again maybe he has observed Tottenham. I'm just trying to find a way to relate this current manager they have and the previous ones that they have,
Yeah.
who have not been able to deliver. I saw a clip of an interview that was done by on Daniel Levy, the Tottenham chairman. He said that it was a mistake for them to bring in Jose and Antonio Conte.
Really?
Yes, he said it was a mistake, and the reason he said that was that he believes that those coaches, yes, they are world class. They are known for winning titles, but the way they played was so defensive to the way that Tottenham wanted to play, and the way they want their fans to enjoy their game, when they come to watch them. And that is why he thinks that it was a mistake, because also the pressure was there for them to try to win a trophy. And that was why he brought them, but that it was a mistake because of the way they played. They were too defensive. However, this guy is not defensive. I mean, looking at the way Celtic played back in Scotland, where he was, Celtic scored lots of goals, won the league, back to back and all of that, except when Rangers intercepted, here and there. But again,
I have seen few Scottish. I'm nothing taking anything from them, but I think there are only 6 or 8 teams in their league.
Scottish League is a one-sided league.
Yeah, it's a one-sided.
So it's
a very
either just
one-sided league,
Celtic
yeah,
or
so.
Rangers. The rest
Yeah,
are just
I'll give him that. He has brought the winning mindset for sure,
yeah.
and they've played Champions League too, right? So
They're not playing Champions League
not
this
right
season.
now, but when he was there, they have.
Yeah,
played
Celtic
Champions
played in
League, yeah.
Champions
So-
League, and they're actually
So
playing in the
he
Champions
has
League
that
this season.
experience, yes. But we were talking about Arsenal not being on the close to City.
Yeah, Arsenal no be. Tottenham is ahead of Arsenal right now. So
Yes.
Brighton,
After
Liverpool.
this game, I think Tottenham was better.
Yes.
It's hard to say, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, looking at the results this week, I mean, Liverpool has gone up to where they think they belong.
Yeah.
And basically, I think they belong in the top 4. It's always weird, not to see Liverpool in the top 4 since Jurgen Klopp joined. Before Jurgen Klopp, they could be out, they could be in, but Jurgen
Yeah.
Klopp has put in a different mentality in
Yeah.
that squad.
Who was before him?
I think
it
it was
was,
the current Celtic manager right now, Brendan Rodgers.
Oh, right.
Yes,
Really? Brendan
Yes.
Rodgers was...
he was
wow.
here. He was part. He could have won the league, but
Really?
Gerrard slipped and fell against
What,
Chelsea,
Austin?
and that cost them the league.
That was... What year was
That
that?
was, I can't remember which year. Jose Mourinho was the Chelsea coach at that
Okay.
time. That was his second time as a
When
Chelsea
was
coach.
that Spanish... was Spanish guy, what's his name? With the glass? Bartes?
Rafa Benitez.
Benitez,
That was a little while ago.
A
That
while
was
ago.
2005
You,
and
do you know
6.
he still managed... No. There was the Spanish keeper. What's his name?
Reina. Pepe
He
Reina.
still plays.
Yeah, Pepe
I
Reina
was-
still
I
plays.
was-
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's a different story. But because
yeah.
he used to play for Liverpool, right?
Yes, Pepe Reina played for Liverpool. Yeah.
When he used to coach.
Yes, I think Pepe Reina played. I think he played under Brendan Rodgers as well.
Okay.
I think so. But yeah, that was the only time Liverpool came very, very close to winning the league
Okay.
with Gerrard as the captain back then. But it didn't
Gerrard
happen.
never won a league.
Gerrard does not have a Premier League title as
Lampard
a
does.
player. Of course,
How
Lampard
many?
has
Lampard
4 or
has
5
4 or
with
5,
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lampard was with Chelsea the last time Chelsea won a league, so I think so. He was still a player, I guess. But yeah, Going again to what happened this season, right? This weekend. I don't want to talk about Chelsea because it's disheartening to watch the team. I watched the entire game against Aston Villa, and it was rubbish of a game. We can keep possession as long as we want. We can. But what I was telling you off camera, right? Once we get to the 18-yard box, it's as if every idea is lost. To shoot or to score or to cross the ball. People make poor decisions throughout the entire game in the final third.
Yep.
And
the manager should be furious on that. Like
he should be.
In the last third, especially that 18-yard box, I think it's all individual. No, there's no team play, no communication. Nobody looks at each other. It's just like Jackson has tried himself. That's the only thing I have noticed in the last few. But there's this shot went all the way wide.
Yeah.
But again, there's no threat. Like they have to pass.
Yeah, you don't. Teams feel comfortable defending against Chelsea. Yes. We are not a threat. No. Chelsea's not a threat anymore to any team attacking wise. And there was one thing. Some might think this is not, worth mentioning, but I think it is worth mentioning. I look at Jeremy Doku. I'll go back to him because he's one of the newest players in the Premier League, right? Some Chelsea players have spent 6 months already, came in after the World Cup last year. So they've spent 6, 7, 8 months, 10 months in Chelsea, but they have not been able to deliver. I looked at Mikhailo Mudryk today. He was terrible. He was terrible on the ball. He has the ball. His first touch is so bad.
So bad.
The first thing you have to do, calm yourself down, have a control of the ball, and then
I don't think he's ever been good.
I think he was rated high before he came to Chelsea. He came from Shakhtar Donetsk, and it was like.
But he was performing at
De
Shakhtar,
Zerbi
right?
was his coach. The Brighton coach was his coach at Shakhtar.
Okay.
And he said this guy could win the Ballon d'Or. But what he's become in Chelsea, it's something to forget. Something to just not to even look forward to.
Yeah, Chelsea needs the 1 or 2 players who take charge.
Exactly, but we don't have any one of them.
No. Then the only reason you will take charge is if you're really good.
Yes,
in the league. Like Drogba was a threat to every team.
Yes,
every team
Drogba.
Had that fear.
We had. This was how Chelsea, used to be there with Drogba, Lampard in the middle, and John Terry at the back, and every other person around them.
It worked every time.
Every time, and that was. If you check, that's how Man City do business in their buying of players.
Yes.
They're just
pick a line,
add. It solidifies the team
and line.
Yes, but Chelsea has nothing. And again, looking at the game against Aston Villa today, decision making in the final third is not anywhere. It's nothing to write home about. Physically, we could not compete against Aston Villa.
No?
We could not compete. Upper body strength. I don't think Chelsea players have upper body strength.
No, they don't.
Except Disasi and maybe Levi Colwill. In the middle, there's none of them that have upper body strength. In the attack, none of them have upper body strength. Look at Aston Villa players.
Matty
Cash. He will bully up our players. In the middle, McGinn.
Oh, he's strong.
Douglas Luiz. In the attack, Oli Watkins.
Oli Watkins is very strong.
In fact, all the players
and their
upper body their upper body strength is just. We cannot compete, and that is it's not just against Aston Villa. Look at all the other teams we've played against. In space, we have the ball. We can move the ball.
But when you come
to 50-50 challenges, ruffling it up here and there,
nobody wins duels.
No one wins duels. Even there was a time I can't remember which Aston Villa player took on 3 Chelsea players. You're like, what the heck?
And first of all, you should listen to you and not play Thiago Silva 90 minutes. He's still playing 90 minutes.
He's still playing 90 minutes.
That's how it
That's
came in.
That's goal. That goal.
He didn't
First
do it.
ball touch, his reaction speed was not good enough. He couldn't catch up.
He could have gotten a yellow card.
I mean, I will foul him there right away
Yeah,
if I
but
know
he
that I
did.
can catch up with him. Just clip him.
Yeah, because
Clip
you
him is a
have
yellow card.
all the way to run. How are you
Yes.
going to run back? Again, yeah.
I think it's over respect, not just respect.
No.
You overly respect Thiago
I
Silva
would say
for
the
the
same
type
thing.
of player he is.
Arteta today said, "Oh, we love Jorginho." Yeah, respect is one thing, but if you have to win the league, you got to make hard choices.
You have to make,
I mean, if he can make hard choices with the goalkeeper, I don't understand why he can now make a hard choice. And same goes for Chelsea.
Yeah.
You have to make hard choices. You
make
have
hard
to-
choices, man. I mean,
You cannot
we
make
have
everyone happy.
We have two
You
fullbacks.
cannot make everyone
Definitely,
happy.
you cannot. You cannot. Not in football.
No.
And not in competitive football. Maybe in grassroots. Excuse me, or friends pick up games here and there in the park. Okay, everyone plays, but when it's competitive football, you
You
cannot
gotta
make
replace-
anyone happy.
Yes.
So Levi Colwill is now playing left back for Chelsea when we have 2 fullbacks on the bench. Thiago Silva has to play.
You guys have four back, right? You have like if you don't play Thiago Silva, you have the replacement.
Do you know how many centre backs Chelsea have? Levi Colwill is a centre back, but he's playing on the
and
left
the
back.
guy who just bought.
Disasi is a centre
No,
back.
the expensive guy. He's a center back too, right? Or no, he plays the mid.
Who?
The guy from Brighton.
Oh, Caicedo.
Yeah.
Caicedo is a midfielder.
Okay.
He can also play right back.
Okay.
Don't be surprised next game because
Caicedo was playing that game, right?
yes.
How did he perform?
Upper body strength doesn't have. I think
No?
all the good players that Chelsea have
Just-
bought will just become average players just over time because they will lose confidence.
They do.
They will lose confidence, and when a player loses confidence,
It takes
one
it
player,
takes
2
many
players,
games.
3 players, 4 players lose confidence in a team.
Then all
They will
teams
never
go.
get beat back, and that's what also happened last season.
This
And the
game
team
losing at
struggled
home,
throughout.
It's gonna bring Chelsea really down
It's gonna, yes, definitely.
unless some like motivational speech comes in from the coach. I don't see.
You know, one thing is funny here. They say that there are a lot of players that are injured in Chelsea. And I said, excuse me.
No, the last game I saw, they were good
if-
enough to win the game.
All the players that are injured, even if they come back, all these players were signed the same way we signed them. It was not as if those players that are injured were performing top before they got injured. They were not scoring goals. They were not winning games. They were not defending. We were still conceding goals and going down the table. These ones that are playing right now, there's no difference between these players that are playing and the ones that are injured, no matter who they are.
Yeah, I agree.
So, why can't this team just work? There's a lot of confusion.
yeah,
The coach may be having nightmares even because he has too many to work with.
Pressure is mounting. I don't know. Let's talk about this thing. Do you think he's gonna get sacked?
I think he will be sacked. He might not see out the season if he does not turn the table around.
Which is really difficult in the next 2 months.
If Chelsea slips into 16th and 17th, because right now we are 14th.
Yes.
If we slip into 16th and 17th, that is closer to relegation, and he will get the sack. But it's not yet time to start talking about the sack until November. So look at
I was
that.
thinking-
He's got 5 points, and now we're already in minus goal
Forest has more
difference.
points than Chelsea.
Yes. And now we are in minus goal difference because we were 0 before. Now we have -1. So once you don't score goals and you lose games, you're already in minus.
Next 2 games, Chelsea has to win. There is
yes,
no way.
Chelsea,
It
yes.
is one is against I think
Fulham is the next
Fulham,
game.
and two games are not that hard.
Fulham is gonna give us tough. It will
They
be
will,
tough
yes.
because they beat us last season.
Yes.
They beat us last season. The Highlands still have the same coach. They added players, but they did not make crazy purchases like we did. We added new players. I mean, we just changed the whole team. Look at Everton. Everton that was in bottom right now is already won one game, and now they're just right behind us on 1 point. So by the time they win their next game, if they ever do so, they will eclipse us, and we will be down to 16th or 15th. Wolves as well. Wolves, Bournemouth. Very soon we'll be competing with just Luton Town, Burnley, and Sheffield United.
I mean, if you look at the fixtures, right? The next after 2 games, end of December, start of December, it's really hard. My question is, I really hate to ask this, but if Chelsea does not able to get points, if on Christmas break, if Chelsea is only like 15 points, do you think they're going to struggle for relegation battle?
Yes, we'll fight for relegation. That's basically what that will be. But I think Mauricio Pochettino will be fired before then.
He will be fired.
That's no way.
If Chelsea loses
Chelsea
2
will
more
not
games,
leave him to
he's
fight for
fired.
relegation.
If
Chelsea will not leave him
because
to
no,
fight for
then
relegation.
he's bringing a new manager.
Yeah,
He's
and that will
definitely-
be, and that manager, whosoever that will be, will have to deal with a lot of toxic situations.
Okay, I have to ask this: who can manage Chelsea right now?
Jose Mourinho.
It's a different Chelsea.
Yeah,
He can.
I think Jose Mourinho is the only one that can manage this team
He,
because he will be like you.
didn't Ancelotti manage Chelsea too?
Yes,
He got fired too, right?
he got fired.
Under Abramovich.
Yes, under Abramovich. I don't even know why he did that, but that's Abramovich style. He won the league and won the FA Cup that season, but he did not perform in Champions League. And because we were desperate to win the Champions League, he got fired. But why I'm saying that Mourinho is the best man to manage Chelsea is just that he's not there to be the friends of the players. Yeah,
But he's not the same manager anymore.
I mean,
He's got Melo. He's not.
no, I mean, he's now working with players that he's worked with before. So again, these are established players, right? There's a different way you deal with them. But again, also that depends if he's given the power, you know, and the trust to do things that way. Because these players, it's as if no one is pushing them to perform.
Looks like it.
That's basically
I
what
mean,
it
even,
is.
you can tell by the interview.
Look at Man City players. If you're not performing, the way Pep will look at you and he will try to talk to you, and even in camera before the cameras, he's not waiting for you to go to the dressing room. He will tell you right there on the pitch, this is what I wanted you to do. You're not doing it, etc., etc. You will have that conversation with him. Pochettino, I don't think, is having that conversation with players and telling them, this is what I wanted you to do. You did not do it well. I expect you to do it well this time, next game,
Yeah.
and etc., etc.
Pochettino have been fired from Tottenham before, right? So
Yes, he was fired from Tottenham, right? But again, I think he has to be firm. He has to be firm. He has to, you know, but I think it's like when you work with teenagers at the beginning, you're not friends with anyone. You don't show them smiley face because they will take you for granted when you start like that. But if you're strict, you place everyone, this is what I expect from you. You put in this work, blah, blah, blah. This is what you need to do. This is how I want you to move, etc., etc. The senior players, you give them instruction that I need you to lead this team. I need you to tell players what to do on the pitch. You are my voice on the field. Do you see anyone doing that in Chelsea? No single one. Gallagher is the captain. He cannot tell Sterling what to do. He cannot turn to Thiago Silva and say, come on, man, let's go. He cannot do that because when you look at him and you look at Thiago Silva, he's like, no, this guy is like old enough to be my dad.
yeah, I think that's my personal opinion. I might be right here. At this time and moment in time right now, Chelsea is a kind of a club who does not have a money problem, and they're only attracting players. I don't want to say that they have attracted players who only want money, but once you're leading your club with the mindset of that, oh, money can solve, then the attitude is there. Like I can see that there is no pressure. Like
there's no pressure from anywhere. Everything
they're
is
sitting in
calm.
the dressing room, or I think they're like, oh, we have so much money. We have so much money.
Everything is calm. Everyone, you can do whatever you want. If you want to win, you win. If you don't want to win, no one is putting pressure on you. Everything is, you are entitled. You're world stars,
and
superstars.
on top of that, cherry on top, all these players have 8 years contract.
So
they will leave. They will leave and get a check.
By the time they spend 2-3 years in Chelsea, they will want to leave. They will tell you
they make their money by then. They can leave.
Yeah, they cannot leave.
No. If Chelsea wants them to leave, then they have to pay them, right?
Yeah,
so
but
Chelsea is in a bad position. I'm saying these players are have a better bargain.
That's the thing.
And then Todd did not think of these things that this can happen.
I don't even want to mention that name. It's annoying to mention.
I think I want you mentioned that he should sell in Saudis.
He should just sell to someone else.
Yes.
I mean, I can't wait to see the banner fly in Stamford Bridge.
I think it's going to
start out.
If it's going to start coming to that point when fans are going to start saying, sell it.
Yeah, it very soon, because this team that is 14th right now, the moment Everton, Wolves, and Bournemouth pick up points, Chelsea will drop. Because I don't see us picking up points.
How much we have to see? Everton beat them at home. How much do you want to see? Like Everton is like a mid-table team. Sorry, Aston Villa.
Aston Villa. Yeah.
Aston Villa is not really good. I mean, they're okay.
Yeah, they are sixth on the table.
No, they are right now, but I'm saying in general, they don't.
In general, they are known to be a mid-table team.
Yeah.
But again, I think they have a manager who knows what he's doing. Who really knows what he's doing.
He is a good manager.
Who did not sign players based on the owners wanting to get all players with some not so intelligent lack of, I don't want to be disrespectful to the technical director, the sporting directors in Chelsea. The two sporting directors that Chelsea signed, I think from Brighton.
Okay, with Graham Potter?
Yes. Those two sporting directors have no idea of what they are doing. Because if they did, they will not be signing as many players that they signed and putting this club in this situation right now. Anyway, guys, I mean...
One thing we didn't talk about, the only thing that we think we didn't touch, what do you think of Manchester United? Did they improve? Because I think they just got lucky this game. And
Man United and Chelsea are just like similar clubs right now, both in managerial aspect. They have managers everyone believes is a good manager.
Because he gave him a good spot.
Yeah, I mean everyone believes that Ten Hag is a good manager, but the results are not showing that. And when you say you're a good manager and you're not winning games convincingly, you're not outplaying your opposition, and with a club like Man United, very soon you will lose that, respect, that title of a good manager. Man United still have a lot to do. The only difference is that they did not sign crazy number of players like Chelsea did. But do they still have? I don't see any. I don't see the Man United is not the Man United that everyone would reckon with before.
Manchester United has been lost for a long time now.
Yes, since Alex Ferguson.
They don't even qualify for the Champions League quarterfinals, semifinals. They don't come to that point.
They don't have the caliber of players to do that. They cannot impose themselves in a game anymore.
No.
They keep thinking maybe they're still living in the past glory days You
They
know,
still have the brand name, I'll give that.
you can still brag about that. 2 Champions League titles, and since it became Champions League, and 13 Premier League titles, FA Cups and League Cups, Charity Shield, you know. But presently, post Sir Alex Ferguson till now, Man United is not Man United.
No.
It is like an average team at best. You
And
know,
they haven't even attracted good players.
they have not. I mean, again, it goes back to managers getting players that they believe that will work for them. But again, you forget that you have to buy players that can work in the league.
Yeah.
That's what Man City does. I've never seen Man City Pep going after players that he coached before. I've not seen that.
True.
I've not seen him try to go to Barcelona to bring players that he coached in Barcelona. Because there will be managers that, I was Messi's former coach. Okay, he's leaving Barcelona. I'll try and bring him to Manchester City. Right?
Yeah.
Since he went to Man City, I don't think there's been any Barcelona player that came to Man City. I don't think so.
No, he built it from the
He
ground
built
up.
it, and he bought players from different places.
What's funny? I was watching this game. City lost to Middlesbrough in 2008.
Yeah.
8-0.
Yeah, 8-0. Yeah, I
And that
remember.
was the last game that they got shattered.
Yeah.
I mean, it still was a long time until Pep came in, but those were the days where City came from.
Yes. City used to be a mid-table team. No
Yeah.
one was.
Nobody knew.
No one was scared of City.
No.
No one was scared of
I mean,
City.
they had history, but again,
I mean, every club has
every club,
history.
they're playing
I mean,
for
all
the
these
second
clubs
league.
have more than 50 years. They have more than
there's
50
so many
years
teams
old.
like Bolton has a lot of history, and they
Yeah.
play in second league. I
They're
think.
playing, in the League One.
Yeah.
But again, going back to the players that Man City bought, right? Was there any time that Kovacic played on the Pep anywhere? No. Gundogan? No. Kevin De Bruyne? No. Okay, he didn't buy Kevin De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne was already there.
Cancelo play?
Cancelo did not play. Cancelo
No.
did not
I
play.
think it
for
was
him.
all new players.
He
They didn't
brought
bring anything.
Cancelo from. You know what he did? He switched Cancelo with this other Brazilian defender that went to Juventus, the current Juventus captain right now. I can't remember his name. He used to play for Man City. Cancelo was in Juve. He switched him, brought him there. Now Cancelo is no more there. He's moved on. You know, he brought in Kyle Walker from Tottenham. Nathan Ake
Kyle Walker was from Tottenham.
Yeah, Nathan Ake came from Bournemouth.
Really?
Nathan Ake came from
he plays like
Bournemouth.
he's won 2 World Cups.
Yes. And
Nathan Ake
Ruben Diaz
is Dutch, right?
yes, he's Dutch. He was Chelsea academy player.
Oh,
He was in Chelsea.
so they let him go.
Chelsea sold him to Bournemouth.
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth did well under Eddie Howe before they went.
right,
They were
right,
relegated,
yeah.
and then City bought him. Ruben Diaz came from Benfica.
Yes.
Xavier Dolan came
What
from
about Silva?
Leipzig. Who?
Silva, what's his name?
Bernardo Silva
Bernardo.
came from AS Monaco in France.
Okay.
So none of these players have any past relationship with. So when coaches like Ten Hag, let me buy Onana because I used to work with him in
And I've heard
Ajax.
that he's bought a lot at the even with Chelsea's Palmer.
Yeah,
Same thing.
yeah. Even Sofiane Amrabat has a connection with Ten Hag sometime in the past. I mean, it's not bad because as a coach, I tell my players sometimes if I move, I try to get 1 or 2 the best of the best that I have worked with, and I tell them
You have
that
to be
could
mindful
help.
that you're going to play in a different league now.
Yes,
Yeah,
again,
so-
that's very important, right? But I
The
don't
way
think
Premier League
that,
is played it doesn't even come
look
close
at
to
the
it.
type of players that Man City buy. Their physical condition and their game intelligence,
Yes.
their technique,
That's
and their
that's the
tactical
word you put it right. Yeah.
approach is so different than the way Man City want to be intimidating. They buy players that are tall, built, Jeremy Doku is not tall, but he's built, he's physical, he can take you on, he's
And also
skillful.
the mindset.
And also a mindset.
They don't want to lose.
Kyle Walker, I was telling you, right? He's over 30, but the way he runs and plays is as if he's still 25 or 26.
And you mentioned that Reece James is only 22. I couldn't
Reece
believe.
James is only 23 and he can't finish one full season. He has never given Chelsea 38 league games since he became a pro
No,
with Chelsea.
no.
38 league games is one problem after the other. One injury from one injury to the other, one injury. And you're wondering, why?
I wouldn't be surprised if they win Champions League too this year.
In Man City?
Yeah.
Don't be surprised.
Yeah.
But you know, Man City, well, they have a lot to compete with because they're all playing against champions from other countries.
Yeah, I know.
Right? So,
but it's Pep.
I mean, it's Pep. How many has he got? Anyway, I'm not even going to go there. But whatever. Anyway, guys, enough of the ranting. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you next weekend. If there's anything you want us to cover or that we didn't mention, you have questions about, why don't you shoot us a message? Leave the comments down there. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. That button that is right there looking at you, please hit it. Hit it, please.
Yeah,
Hit it.
and leave your comments. Talk to us.
And like this video as well. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your
We'll see you next
weekend.
week.
If you're still enjoying the weekend, have a good week. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.